Hey, and welcome to the Systems Boutique podcast. I'm Dr. Raymona H. Lawrence. Most people just simply call me Dr. Raymona. I'm your systems stylist and your business operations expert, and I'm here to help you build a high-end boutique-style backend that creates ease and scalability for you without sacrificing the luxury experience your clients absolutely deserve. So if you're a speaker, a coach, a consultant, a course creator, or author who's ready to stop the overwhelm, ditch the tech confusion, and finally streamline your systems and operations, you are in the right place. Each week, I'll bring you actionable strategies, expert insights, and behind-the-scenes business systems and operations insights to help you scale with ease, efficiency, and absolute excellence. So grab your notebook, your favorite cup of coffee or tea, and let's get to work. Welcome to the Systems Boutique, where systems meet style. Hey, and welcome to this week's episode of the Systems Boutique podcast. And who do we have back? The fabulous Coach Rocky. I love having Coach Rocky here. If you all don't know, and I don't know where you've been, but Coach Rocky is one of our executive coaches for the Systems Boutique. And so if you come onto the Systems Boutique platform, you will get some special trainings from her. All things Coach Rocky, the AI, the content systems, all the things that she is so amazing at. And so Coach Rocky, welcome back to the boutique.
Oh, what's up? I'm so excited about today's episode.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We have the Systems Boutique CRM that I just talked about. I love the Systems Boutique CRM, but if I love it and I own it, then it doesn't mean the same thing always as if somebody else talks about it. And so Coach Rocky is a faithful user of the Systems Boutique CRM. Last week, Coach Rocky, I talked about the 8 things that I love about the Systems Boutique CRM. And so I want to talk to you this week about the things that you love. Let's see if they match up at all. So y'all, if you have not watched last week's episode, go back and listen and see if we line up at all. But there's probably some new things that are going to come out because Coach Rocky, she gets deep in this thing. So let's just kind of set the stage and talk about how this has gone from the beginning. And so I know that when you initially came to me to talk about your systems and your backend, you said, you know, they're kind of in different places right now. I want to pull everything together. And so let's kind of set the scene for the people, because I don't want people to think that we're just perfect and we've always had it.
Oh, yeah.
So before you found the Systems Boutique, what was your back end given? Like, what kind of chaos were you living in? Or if you don't want to call it chaos, what kind of scatteredness were you possibly living in before the Systems Boutique?
I honestly did not realize how scattered and chaotic things were until I got into the Systems Boutique. So I really had to, I think I was about 20% effective. Let me just be real, 20% effective, because when you're pulling from multiple places to make one thing work, it's a lot that goes into it. And so I had a calendar over here. I had my website over here. I had my funnels in one place. I had my offers here. I had my social media content. I'm doing all of it manually. I'm doing all of it manually. And I have all these different platforms that I'm on. And so I didn't realize how chaotic it was. And I'm okay with using that word today. Y'all, okay. I did not realize how chaotic it was until I started to work into the Systems Boutique. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this is how I've been living this whole time. So it is a mess.
Same for me, because I had things, sometimes you're writing things down, you're in Facebook, you're in Instagram, you're in email, you're like, did I text them? all these things are in so many different places. And now, y'all, we got 10 email addresses and all this. So you're like, now where did I even email them from? What address was
Girl, it was crazy.
Yeah. So as you think about it, when you first came onto the platform, what is the first feature in the Systems Boutique that made you say, wait a minute, that just changed my life? Like, tell me.
It had to be marketing, y'all. Let me tell you why it had to be marketing. And I let, I let Dr. Raymona know how many platforms I'm on. So I have 8 YouTube channels. I have 2 TikToks. I have about 4, maybe 5, and that's shorter now on my Instagrams. And I have like 2 or 3 Facebooks. And if y'all wondering, like, what am I doing with all this stuff? Mind your business. That's for another episode. I think I talked about it in another episode. I had all these platforms everywhere, and I was scheduling on all of them, and I never felt like I tried Metro Cool, I tried Later, I tried all those tools, but I could never get all of my platforms in one place for a reasonable cost. And don't get me wrong, I'll pay for my product. But it was like in the 200s, 300s to manage all of these platforms. And so marketing definitely had to be the feature that when I walked into it, I think I sent you a DM and was like, girl, I could manage all of my YouTubes, all of my TikToks in here. I was literally mind blown. So being someone who loves creating content and loves impacting her audiences through content, having that feature was my number one selling point. I was like, it's a no-brainer. We are moving everything over here. This is it. So it had to be the marketing.
Yeah, I think that is one of the biggest things, and it's the low hanging fruit in the system too. It's the easiest part to use. It is just so simple when you can literally, y'all. Okay, if you have not been in the Systems Boutique, and Coach Rocket, we need to do something where we do some screen sharing where we show this. You click a drop down, and in the drop down, it has all the social media that you have. And all you have to do is check the box. You put your caption in there, ask the creative to come into the system, and then you can send it for approval. So it doesn't even have to be ready. So if you have a team, you can send it to be approved, or they can send it to you to be approved before they send it out. Everything is sitting there and it is waiting. It is a system, a content system all in one. And it is like so high tech. I love it, but it's so easy. So easy to use.
Oh my goodness. So easy, y'all. I even been wanting to get into Pinterest, and it's been one of the things that's kind of been like on my list, but it's like at the bottom. And I recently just added Pinterest into my marketing platform, and I'm just reposting content on Pinterest and seeing like engagement and seeing people like saving my pins and things like that. I'm like, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, love that. And so, all right, so let's dive into your favorite 8. So I know those might be part of the favorite 8. So let's start with number 1. What is your current absolute obsession in the platform? Walk us through how you use it.
So I just told y'all, so I'm not going to talk about marketing because that's probably going to be my number 1 no matter what. I think number 2 for me would be, Lord, automations. Automations has to be, if not number 1, it's definitely number 2. And let me tell y'all why. When I think about Zapier, I think about Make, I think about all the different things we had to pull together to make one automation or funnel work. The Systems Boutiques allow me to create a form, allow me to do something on social media. Because again, you have ManyChat, right? That's another tool I had. It allows me to now pull everything inside of the Systems Boutique to create a fully functional funnel and automation that works for me. I'm not all over the place trying to pull things together to make one funnel work. And so definitely has to be automations, those workflows, just kind of going back into that marketing piece, the emails, the snippets. I can basically write all my emails and throw them into snippets. And now like those snippets, I just choose it from a list and put that into my automations. Like that has been such a breath of fresh air for me.
Love that.
Like my Zapier went from maybe about 20 or 23 things in Zapier to now just one thing. I'm back to a free Zapier.
Yes.
Like one thing. And so it's just like, that probably was like the next thing that just blew my mind, and I spent the most time on, because I have many different things that I do, and I just wanted that connectedness to feel like everything was there.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me something else. Okay, well, so we got the automations, and then of course, if people don't know what Zapier is or Zapier, whichever one they say, and Make and all of that, it is something that connects another app or platform to another app or platform. And so in most systems, you've got to go in and you've got to create a Zap. That's what we call it. So you zap it to the next platform,
So
and
it's all
then so it'll talk, right? And so the Systems Boutique is almost like a translator. Like, it makes everything talk. It makes everything have a conversation, and you're not linking it out to all of these different tools. Everything is in the one platform. So you can get that tech stack down to
Oh my goodness.
one,
Are we
maybe
gonna
two.
talk about how much I've saved like that? Okay, maybe later. Okay, maybe later.
Okay, go ahead with that, because I think that's important as we think about, because a lot of people talk about all-in-one CRMs and all these different things, but let's talk about when you came into the Systems Boutique, what did you say?
So I had Kajabi, Acuity, Zapier. I had a platform to do quizzes. I had so many different tools, y'all. I had mini chat. And that's not talk about just the money, because that was probably about $1,200 a month that I was paying in systems and tools. But I don't think we talk about the mental costs, and having so many screens open and going here and going there. Oh, did I connect this? Did I connect that? Did I do this? It was mentally exhausting to build a funnel, that I felt like I didn't build as many funnels or as many opportunities for myself, because I had to go all over the place. So yeah, I $1,200 in costs for systems, but mentally I was drained.
Yeah, and I don't think you can put a price tag on that, right?
You can.
And it is just so draining when you're trying to, and a lot of people are trying to do it themselves. They're trying to think about ways that they can patch it together. They might be newer in business, or just not trying to spend the money on people to help them. And so it takes a lot of energy to pull all that together. And so one of the things that I always say is that systems should match your style, right?
Yes.
So how does Systems Boutique help you build a backend that feels like you and not just a tech tool? And I know I've heard you talking about this recently, where you're not just about tech, and you're not just about just the things that are kind of rote things that we do in business, but everything that you do feels personal. So tell
Yeah.
us about how you did that.
Oh my goodness. Let me just say this. For all my neurodivergent folks out there, if you have ADHD, the system is for you. Because again, you're not all over the place, right? Like, you're not trying to remember this or remember that to bring it all together. And so like my personality, I'm a builder and I'm very creative. And so being able to build in one spot and create in one spot was so important. But I build very personable experiences, right? Like, my emails are like, hey girl, just checking in. Like, even my automations are personable. Even though my clients know this is an automation, there's still elements of me in it. And I found myself like pulling back from that, because it took too much time to add those tweaks into it. Now it's like I can go into my automation and just add an email and, make it my own and add my flair to it. And so that's important for me as a business owner. I want my clients to feel that personalized touch. I don't want them to feel like, oh, she's just throwing another thing at me, or she's just reaching out to me. I love that feeling of it. And being able to have everything in one spot just allows me to do that. And even now that I'm expanding into getting back into text marketing, the system allows me to have a different phone number just for text. Oh my goodness. Do you know how expensive it is to have simple texting and have multiple phone numbers and do girl,
Yeah, listen,
I'm getting
listen.
started.
It's a lot, and people don't realize how much they are saving. And you can have multiple phone numbers that do multiple things, and then we have the reporting and all of the things that happen from those phone numbers. And the other ways that you can make it even more personable is like voicemail drops. And like when somebody signs up for something, you all have gotten these before where you have these people that you sign up for something and it rings your phone and it's like, hey, how are you? This is the next step, or we're so excited. All of those things you can do to make the automation extremely personable for your clients, and it can be even your own voice, so it doesn't even have to just be written.
It is. It's my own voice. I've recorded so many. I have a folder in the Systems Boutique of all my voicemail drops. And it's just me. Like I can call and just leave you a message. I can in my funnels, like I can do messages. People are calling me back because it's me calling them. So it's so robust as far as like how much you can do. But when you take your time and build it out, oh,
Yeah.
chef.
Chef's kiss.
What the
Yeah.
oh,
So tell me which feature helped you save the most time. So what are you doing with that time instead of now tinkering with all the tech?
oh my goodness. So the most time, what feature? Well, I don't think it's one feature. I think it would
Okay.
have to be a combination. So one, of course, is building out my funnels and my sites and the forms, like all the forms, everything's in one spot. The opportunities piece. Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Ooh, y'all. Okay. Can I just say real quick? I had ClickUp. That was another system I had, paying like $64 because I had another team member in there. And I also was using Google Sheets because where ClickUp failed me, Google Sheets always got me together. But now, like everything's in the opportunities piece, and it's like it tracks where and opportunities in the system is what's happening when people do certain things. So I have a call opportunity phase. So if people if I call them, they pick up, I can move them somewhere else. I can say how much this person is valued at based upon the thing they want from me or the thing that they're requesting. Like I can track. It's a CRM. Like I can track all of like my clients and I can, oh my goodness, I get so excited. I just get too excited because I can now tell the system to do certain things based on where they're at in that opportunity flow. So if they don't answer the phone, guess what? It can automatically send them an email if they don't answer the phone. There's so many things with opportunities that I love that makes me even more efficient and have me thinking differently about business. I've been doing this for like 11 years. And to think about business different is a blessing, okay? And I think the last thing would probably be my favorite. Hmm. I don't know. I think it's just being able to add the phone numbers and being able to customize things. Being able to call in the system. So my cold caller can just call from the system. She's in the Philippines, so I don't have to like pay for a VPN or some other system. Like she's just right in the Systems Boutique to make phone calls. That's probably like my favorite features.
Yeah. And back to what you were saying about opportunities and pipelines. I mean, these are kind of technical things that we're talking about. So when you have the opportunities and we have something called the pipeline, it's like little cards that you can see. And those cards are opportunities. They're people. And you can literally just manually move the card, or we can make them move for you. So you literally just look at the system and you can see where everybody is at every phase of your customer journey. And so you are not dropping people through the cracks. You're not losing them to follow up, all of these things. And if you want to have different email sequences based on the behavior that they have, then you can do that. You can drop voice notes to people if they start filling out an order form and then they don't
They
finish it,
pop off.
they drop off, you can go and send them a message and say, hey, you were filling out the order form. I just want to make sure I help you. Like all of these things can happen without you having to be there doing all of this. And you can clearly see it in an easy to read layout. And I absolutely love that about
Can
the
we
system.
can we talk about the follow-up piece for a second,
Yeah,
y'all?
yeah, yeah.
So for business owners, when you have a effective lead strategy, part of that is lead nurturing. And so if you're not nurturing your leads, then that's where a lot of times we fall off on the conversion and actually closing them. That's actually the number one area a lot of business owners lose their leads. And so having a system that helps you with the lead nurturing piece, so emails, phone calls, automatically doing certain things, it keeps those leads warm so they can eventually become hot leads that close. And so I don't think you guys realize how important that is. A lot of us miss out on money because we fail to follow up. And if you can build a system that follows up for you and you can implement your own self in that system, baby, you will find revenue in places where you're like, oh my goodness, I forgot about this, or I forgot to call this person. Well, guess what? Your system can do that for you. I love that when the person picks up the phone, when my system calls, guess what it does? Rings right to my cell phone.
Yep.
And now I get to talk to them right on spot. So it's like things like that where it's so intuitive, it's robust, but it's so intuitive to help you really convert better. So that I just like to speak on that.
Yeah, and there's even things that happen. So we have missed call, text back, all of that. And so even if you do miss the call, it'll start sending them text messages and say, hey, I know you called. I got you. I'm on another call right now. You know, tell me the things you need. And you can have behavior in even that. And so, y'all, it's so much this thing can do.
Do they know also they can build AI agents?
Oh, goodness.
Let me tell y'all, I have Carmen, I have Lola, and I'm also bringing on Deborah soon.
I
Those
have
are
Bella.
my,
Bella is,
those are my AI agents.
yes.
Maybe somebody can call me and she will pick up. If they dial the specific number, she will pick up and take a message for us. She will book an appointment for us. She will put them in a workflow if they say certain things. I think we should just wrap this whole thing up.
Listen, it's so much. Like we would be on the phone for hours and hours talking about all the system
The beauty.
can do. I'm telling you, it is just beautiful. So let's say, okay, now they're like, okay, we're convinced. Tell us. So what would you say to a coach, a speaker, a course creator? They're still duct taping all these apps together and low key scared of switching to this system. So you have done the switch. And I know it was a lot. It took a little time in the beginning. We can be honest, right? Okay. So it took a little time. And so it's scary to switch to all this stuff. And so tell us a little bit about that process.
So this is going to be a little bit of a long answer because I'm going to share with y'all personally how I got to that point, right? Number one thing is people are afraid of change. We love to be in the same place. We love the same things. We love consistency. The problem is that when we're in our comfort zone, nothing grows there. Literally, the definition of comfort means free of suffering. And what I had to go back through biblically and spiritually is understand that before Abraham and Joseph and all those in the Bible, before they were able to get to that promised place, that abundant place, they went through suffering. Okay. So if you are free of suffering, that also means you won't get to your abundance. You won't get to your promised place. And so even though it did take me a while, I'm taking a business that in October, my consulting firm will be 5 years. I'm taking 5 years of my business from how it's been operating in chaos and putting into a system that's all in one that handles everything for me. There was some suffering. There were days I hit her up and I was like, what happened? I'm losing it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off. There were days, but her team was there to support me. They were there to they were probably like, okay, Rocky's losing it, but it was worth it. It was so worth it because what I know about God and what he does for us is that during those suffering times, during those discomforting times, there's always something better on the other side. And I hate to, to bring it back to the biblical part of it, but I think sometimes we're so afraid of change where we don't realize that we're stopping our own growth. And so if you're someone who's saying, you know what, I've been operating things this long, start to really document how much you're paying for every system. That was the first thing I did. I started to write down how much I'm paying for Kajabi, ClickUp, Acuity, all these different places, how much I'm paying for Zapier to do all these different automations and get complex for me because they tack on a price. Really sit down and audit your tech stack and how much you're paying for it. Then ask yourself, how much is it monthly to be with the Systems Boutique? That right there will sell you. If it's the money part, if it's the mental exhaustion part, ask yourself, how exhausting is it for you to even plan to put something together? To plan like, oh, let me do a form. Let me get the calendar going. I want to offer something new. How much work do I have to do to offer something new? That will convince you. So yes, it took me some time, but I'm very intentional about my experiences too. And so I wanted to make sure, even as I was going through this process, my current clients, even though they felt this sometimes too, they know like Rocky is doing this for the best of her business, for the best of us as clients. And so I just want to encourage you that if you are like, I don't want to change, I don't want to sign up for something, I don't want to do it all in one. Hey, let me tell y'all right now, Dr. Raymona, I'm apologize. If you don't want to change, baby, stay where you at. But if you are ready to have something that supports not the business owner that you are today, but the business owner that you're going to be a year from now, you need to switch. I'm sorry for my long-winded answer, but I had to get into it.
No, that's good. And I want to pull out one thing that you said and give a shout out to my team, because my team who works with people, they are fabulous. I will say it myself. They are fabulous. We have real people who are here working. They transferred, I think you had like 11 pages and all of the things in your courses, Rocky. They did that and moved it over, right? And so there's a lot of support. So you think about, oh my gosh, all the tech, all the things that I'm going to have to do at a certain level of the Systems Boutique, you get my team too. And so they are going to be
absolutely get her team.
Yes. Yes. You can talk to them. You get my team, right? So we take care of you in the Systems Boutique. We are going to make sure that you are absolutely taken care of. So, Rocky, from your perspective, because I can shout out my team. I love them. Hey, team, love you. So you've used the platform and the support. And so let's talk real talk. What part of the Systems Boutique makes you feel most taken care of?
Oh, it's definitely your team. It's definitely your team. Here's what I would tell y'all. My ADHD and my anxiety and my feelings, sometimes they be all in one. And her team is so gracious, like so gracious, because there were a couple times where I was like, what the heck is going on? And never did they get upset with me. They like nothing. And when we missed, if there were things that were missed or if it's something I didn't properly communicate, I'm like, hey, I actually need to get this over there. Guess what? It's getting taken care of. It's definitely the support, because that made my transition. So it made me breathe easier, because I had a lot, y'all. I'm taking, like I said, almost 5 years of my consulting business into this new system, and between courses and pages and forms and all the things, it was a lot. And it was a lot for me mentally, but they made it just so much better. Just knowing like, hey, I can reach out to someone, but it's definitely the support. I would say that firsthand, like support.
Awesome. Yeah. And we really make this a boutique experience. And so when I say boutique, I mean it. Like, we are sending you gifts. We are going to make sure
I
that
wish I had my mug. I forgot to bring it. I wish I had my mug. But yes, the gift, like
and not even specifically your gift, Coach Rocky, but we think about what makes you special as far as clients special, right? We want to make sure that you get the things that you need, that you're supported. My passion is to make sure, especially women and minority businesses, get what they need to move to the next level. So I am not ever going to sit somebody in this platform and say, go for it. And I don't even have just a lot of random videos in here. Like, if you need something, I am going to make sure, and my team is going to make sure that you have what you need to be able to move forward. And so I want you all to know that it is truly a boutique experience when you come over here. Yeah.
I felt very loved. I still feel love. I like to think I'm low maintenance until it's something like go crazy. But I still feel loved. I know that I don't have to go through something by myself or rely on myself. I could just reach out to y'all if really needed. And that's probably the number one thing, y'all. That's the part that I love. So yeah.
Oh, thank you. So what's next for you now that your systems are finally set up, and how is the Systems Boutique helping you to really think bigger about your business?
Oh my goodness. What's next for me? I guess before the Systems Boutique, I knew what I wanted to do, which was really going full blown into my corporate and education consulting company, as well as the AI agency. And so now knowing like, okay, I can set up multiple websites, multiple things going on. That's really where I'm headed. I'm really headed into focusing on building those things out, building out the funnels for it. So I have a AI educator webinar that's going to take place in August, which I think is dope. I have my webinar that's going to be running on auto for my AI course. So it's just like all those different things that I thought about doing, and I was just like, I don't have the money for it. I don't have the money or the patience for it. I am now actually doing all those things, and it's so real now. So if you guys thought like, oh, Coach Rocky is good here or good there, oh, baby, get ready to see how much I'm showing up. I scheduled, can I just tell them how much content I scheduled?
Please.
I scheduled at least 20 pieces of content on 4 different platforms. That is 80 pieces of content yesterday. Just
Yesterday. Not last week, not last month, yesterday.
yesterday. And I'm talking about being able to just click the platforms and
Yes.
being able to put the caption, choose the graphic or the video. Baby, I am showing up everywhere.
Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. So, Coach Rocky, any last words that you want to give the people about getting onto this Systems Boutique CRM?
I think my last words will definitely have to be spiritual. The enemy uses confusion, distractions, and chaos to keep you wherever you are so you can't be great. And if you want to shame the devil, get a system that supports you. And even here's what I'm going to say, y'all, because it's not just about selling you on the system. It's about selling you into being a better business owner and showing up better for your clients so you can make more money. So even if you do choose to go somewhere else, which you shouldn't, I want you to know you need a better system to support you and where God is getting ready to take you. So that will be my last words to everyone. Y'all know I love y'all like a fat kid loves steak. I just want to give you your kudos. Thank you so much for being who you are. Thank you for supporting me through my transition. Thank you for just being so intuitively thinking these things out with building this system and just being brave enough to put yourself out there with this system, because a lot of people have ideas, but they fail to execute on them. So just thank you for welcoming me into the Systems Boutique family.
Yes, thank you for being here and being the amazing coach and just human that you are. And so thank you all for being so amazing and tuning in to another episode of the Systems Boutique podcast. Come on over to thesystemsboutique.com and schedule a call with me, book in, and we will talk about what fits best to your brand style with this CRM. And we would love to welcome you into the Systems Boutique family. So that is thesystemsboutique.com. And we will see you all on the next episode of the Systems Boutique podcast. See you later. All right, my chic CEOs, that's a wrap for today's episode. If you found value in today's conversation, do me a favor, subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with another star. That's a speaker, a teacher, an author, or a coach who absolutely needs it. And hey, if you're ready to finally get your systems together, let's chat. Head over to thesystemsboutique.com/strategy to book your systems style strategy call, where we'll map out your perfect business back end. So until next time, keep it chic, keep it systemized, and keep shining like the absolute star you are. See ya.